Get ready with me for school, Valentine's Day edition. Well, I'm gonna be doing a Valentine's Day look, and that is why I'm talking a little bit low. Okay, so my brows are done. I just need to like conceal the top, but I just want to let y'all know that I'm also continuing the series of doing my eyeshadow with just one palette, and I'm gonna be using this purple pink one. I'm honestly gonna be using this one, and this one, honestly, just like these three colors. Anyways, I'm also going to be talking about my favorite thing in the whole world to watch, novelas, because I am an expert at novelas. So when it comes to novelas, I think they're all low-key the same, and I think everyone could agree on that. No matter if you love them or hate them, there's always a rich person in love with a poor person, and it's usually always the family being like, they're not of their class, so you can't really date them, even if you wanted to. Then the story goes on, and it's either two things. One, the poor family turns out to be rich the whole time. The rich family stole from the poor family, and then that's why they're poor. Or they did something to like sabotage the poor family, so that's why they're poor. Or the poor family like works their hardest and like ends up being on top and more richer than the rich family that they want to get with. That's usually how it goes. I don't know if that makes sense, but it makes sense. Okay, now I'm gonna be talking about my favorite novela ever. It's called Fuego en la Sangre. Dude, when I tell you, it was so good. It was so good. I'm not really gonna get into like the whole storyline, but it had sabotage, it had love, it had revenge, it had so many crimes, blackmail, it had ambition. There was so many fight scenes. The first few death scenes was kind of unrealistic, but you know, what did you expect? This was made in 2004. Manipulation, that's what it had. The mom kind of reminds me of the mom from Un refugio para el amor, just because they were so religious, but they were also evil, so it kind of was like messing with you. It was like, how can you be so religious but you're doing all these evil things to your kids for the good of your kids? That is also really like, why? And when I tell you I hated the mom from Fuego en la Sangre, but she made it so good. She was the reason why I was like, how could you think like this? What is she gonna do next? You know, this show literally got me staying up until 3 a.m. in the morning on a school night in like sophomore year. That's how good it was. It was so good. I watched it on YouTube because it had like all the episodes. I think it was like missing one episode, but I don't really think it mattered because there was no really flashbacks that I was unaware of. I remember the only reason why I wanted to get into that specific novela, I was the novela that started it all for me, because I was always watching with my mom, but when I'm rewatching the novelas that I watched with my mom, like I never really remember the storyline. I just remember the characters or like the songs. And there was this song that like I knew it was from a novela, but I did not know which one and like what the plot line was. I just wanted to fill the void, and I just wanted closure is what I'm saying. I just wanted closure to my answers, because I was literally searching up on YouTube novelas with the intro of the song Para Siempre. I couldn't find it until TikTok actually, and so that's when I saw it. The beginning was a little unsettling. I was like, what is happening? I don't know if I want to tell you guys the whole plot line, but okay, I'm gonna be starting out with this color, but I think I'm gonna mix it in with this color as well. So Fuego en la Sangre was one of those novelas where the family was rich, but the poor family was rich, but the rich family stole from them. That was one of those cases. Moving on to another novela. This was also one of my other childhood novelas that I remember because, not because of a song, but because like of a saying, the gaviota. I think it's called Destilando Amor, something like that. I don't really know how to pronounce that, but Destilando Amor. Honestly, it was an okay novela to me. I don't really like the ones where they're like stuck in offices and there's just like little tiny dramas, because I don't know, there's just like, I just like drama to the max, I guess. And though that one, it was more like really officey, and I guess the only thing that kind of kept me entertained in that novela was like the beginning, because it was a little crazy. Like I'm not gonna lie, the beginning was crazy, but as it started getting more into like the story. The only thing that kept me entertained was the relationship from the two lovers, because they were just like filled with lies on the both ends, and they were just like, ugh, I don't want nothing to do with you, da, 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 da. And then when they're like, oh, I was told this and that's why I thought you didn't love me, and then the other one's like, you were doubting my love? Like, if they weren't just fighting. Like, that just like frustrated me so much, because y'all are so naive and y'all are so gullible and just toxic. Like, you just said that you guys were mad at each other and were so down to like never see each other again, and now you're saying stuff like this. Like, what's gonna deepen it up with this one a little bit, like in the crease, a little higher than the crease, but the crease. Now when it comes to like boring office jobs, like I think there was like one where it's just like, I really like it, and it's like this old one. Like, this is the OG novela. It's called Simplemente Maria, and when I tell you guys, it was so good. Like, it was so good. This was like an old one. I think it was like from the 80s or something. I'm not completely too sure. Okay, now I'm gonna blend it all together with this hot pink. Next, when it comes to novelas, I feel like everyone always talks about the same one, and I just wanted to know what the hype was about, because I saw this actress everywhere. Everyone always like glamorized her, but I never liked her. When I say never liked her, I mean I never liked her. Like, I thought she was so mean to her mom. I thought she was so mean to her brother. I mean, not her brother, her dad. She always took advantage of his kind heart. He was just like, can you give me money? Can you give me money? Can you give me money? It's for a good cause. Like, da, 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 da. Like, you wouldn't want me to look ugly in the office, would you? She would always manipulate him, and it was so sad. And everyone was like, oh my gosh, she's such a boss. Da, 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 da. Like, she knew how to pimp people. But like, I get why they would say that, but like she was just so rude. Like, she was just so money hungry, and like she was so embarrassed to say where she was coming from, instead of being proud that she didn't buy her way up to the top. Like, she actually worked hard. This eyeshadow isn't blending the way I want to, and it's kind of making me mad. I think to like make it better, I'm just gonna like, she was really embarrassed of her man in the beginning because he was poor, and she literally caused someone's death. She was the reason why, I think his name was Pablo, OD'd. Everyone always glamorized her, and I'm just like, she's literally the master manipulator. I hate her. I don't like her. Never liked her. Like, it was a good novela. I mean, the beginning was kind of boring. I just hated her. I did not like her. Now, I've watched with the same actor as Simplemente Maria. I forgot her name, but the novela was called Corona de Lágrimas. I was so mad at the son. So I'm just like, how dare you do that to your family? How dare you lie on their name? How dare you be ashamed of them? Like, you're so successful, and you're, spoiler alert, paid for a house in another state so they could be away from you. Like, it just grinded my gears how the son treated their family, his family. Okay, for glitter, I'm gonna be going in with this one. I was gonna go in for this one, but I don't know, I'm just not good with dark, like brown metallics. Like, I just don't know what to be going with that, and I'm scared to ruin this look. So I'm going with the middle one. Now, the next novela I'm going to be talking about is Maria Isabel. Now, this novela was crazy. Not that crazy, but pretty crazy. Especially, I'm going to be mostly talking about the ending of this novela, because there was like this irrelevant ass character that ended up being really relevant, which is just like, what? I was like, why did no one talk about this character? Where did this girl come from? So basically, fast forward until like the end, spoiler alert, Maria Isabel works as a servant for this like man who has a daughter, but his wife passed away. He's grieving. Maria Isabel marries him because she ends up falling in love with him, and he realizes that he is in love with her as well. But then the irrelevant ass character comes along, and it turns out that they were, I think, high school sweethearts or something like that. And so Maria Isabel was not really jealous, but she senses something is up. And the man and like the sweetheart, it was raining, and then they were like lost, and then they were like in this cabin, and then they just started making out. And ever since then, they just started getting together and, you know, flirting, and like basically he started cheating on Maria Isabel. And she found out about it, and she eventually took him back, like after so long. What grinds my gears was like, in the beginning of this novela, Maria Isabel fell in love with one of the villagers, and she broke up with him, because there was a rumor that she was cheating on him, and that was not true. And she just couldn't stand the fact that she believed someone else over her, but she could take back a cheater. That is insulting. That was like, are you serious right now? I'm also gonna be taking this one and this one over here to like blend it out. Next novela I'm gonna be talking about is, I think it's called La que no podía amar, and that one was so good because like the girl, she always stood up for herself, and that's what the guy liked about her. So the guy, he was in a wheelchair because of an accident, and so he needed a nurse because he had, not only like did he have nightmares, because every time he had nightmares it was like a flashback of what had happened, like the day that he couldn't walk anymore. He also had really big anger issues, and the girl was not a fan of that. It was another one of those things where it's like she, like a family member of hers was the master manipulator and helped the bad guy because she wanted money. It was so good. I don't really know how to explain it. It's all like, he said this, she said this, and everything was like perfectly planned out. And the sister of the guy, she was also like the villain. And honestly, she got what she deserved because she was also money hungry, but she was also in love with this like poor guy. But she got pregnant with him, but like she didn't want anything to do with him because he was poor. And so she ended up in him. And he had a letter that told them everything, all the family, everything. She was also ashamed of where she came from because she was lied to her whole life. She was taught that her and her brother shared the same mother, but they didn't. The mom was servant, the nanny, and, spoiler alert, she got by the dad, and then that's why she got pregnant with her. When the nanny told her this, she was so embarrassed. She was like, not only am I the mother of the servant, I'm a victim of like, and she was blaming it on him or her. I was like, the audacity. It was something. It was like, but she got what she deserved at the end. Okay, I'm currently watching one. It's called No Creo en los Hombres, and I'm barely on the 4th episode, so I can't really talk about it except for the 1st episode, which that was like the one that got me. I was like, oh, I could already tell it was gonna be good, but it was kind of hard to watch because it had SA in it, so I was like, ugh, I kind of don't want to watch this. From that, I could just tell it's gonna be a good one. But the most recent one that I finished was Un refugio para el amor or something like that. It was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty good. But the ending, it was just like, why? Like, the ending was not the best. The mom, I kind of expected what was gonna happen with her because it was just leading up to that ending for her. For everyone else's punishment, it was like, are you serious? Like, you couldn't just like lead up to what was going to happen instead of being like, boom, boom. Okay, I'm gonna talk about some like certain characters in this show that I thought it was going to solutionize, but my closure was not met. Okay, so first off, these are all gonna be spoilers, so watch at your own risk. So in the beginning of the show, there was this character, I forgot his name, but he was a bartender and he fell in love with one of the girls that was a waitress in the club. And you know, he always seemed very respectful. He was like,
didn't know how to word this, but I said that he was respectful because he said that her job did not define her.
Even though he wasn't the richest, he would always like buy her flowers. Well, he bought her flowers because her mom was in town, and he sees more past her job than what other people see because he's a sweetheart, of course. And so basically the club ended up getting shut down, and he never came back. Like, he found a job and he never came back, and I thought he was gonna end up with the girl, the waiter, but he didn't. Now, and then there was this other girl. She was relevant. Like, she was more relevant than the bartender, but she fell in love with someone's dad, well, like the main character's dad, and I don't think she ever told him. And so in the end, like, she just ended up being alone, which was sad as frig. And even if she did were to tell him, I don't think he would ever like want him. She would ever want her because like his wife was like his one and only love, and she passed away. He was never going to pay attention to her, which was like, I got why they didn't include that, but like they could have like made her meet someone else, you know? Okay, now I'm gonna be talking about the characters and what upset me from their outcome. So there's this guy, his name is Patricio. He suffered an injury, he suffered an accident where he was paralyzed from the waist down. When he first got into his accident, he couldn't move anything, okay? Except like his head, like his head movement, not his neck. And so years have gone by and he couldn't move his upper body, but he made a promise to everyone that he was going to walk. So he went into the surgery, and there was a scene because so he got into an accident because he was climbing, like he was rock climbing, and his goal was to walk again so he could climb that rock. And so there's like in the middle of where they were in the hospital, there was a scene where he was rock climbing. So I'm just like, okay, like he made it. It skipped a few episodes, but you know, he made it. But then it showed him walking, like he got up to the rock and then he was walking on like the air into the sun. So I'm just like, wait, did he just die? And then the next scene is the doctor telling him that he did not make it, which I was like, that's crazy. And so now the only thing that I knew that was going to happen was that the mom was clearly mentally ill, and in the end of the, what's it called, of the show, it just showed what she had schizophrenia, and she was just bananas, and she just ended up being really alone. But at least she was happy because like she thinks all of her kids are alive, all of her kids are with her, they're obeying her, yada yada yada. Oh, also, I'm really sad that there was this girl who was like sleeping with the dad, and like he was like treating her really bad, and like she never got anything in return. So she decided to get her comeback and get like her own business, and she got that, but she didn't end up with the person that I thought she was gonna end up. But anyways, the outcome for the people that were in the wrong for this, it was really like forced, and I wish it just led up to it, because it was just like, it was like, huh, like are you serious right now? You could have planned this so far ahead. So one of the girls, she had a brain tumor, and it was really weird because I felt like during the last episodes you could have had her like, oh, my head hurts really bad and stuff like that, but they didn't. That was definitely weird to me. And then for the girl's mom, like she rolled down like some stairs and she lost the leg, and so it's like a prosthetic leg. And then so I'm going back to the girl. When she was told by the doctor that she has a tumor, she was told that she was going to be giving these painful medications. At the end of the episode, you know, she was balding. She looked really bad. She looked like she was in pain. And then she was like screaming out to her mom. She was like, Mom, like it hurts. Come here, please. And then the mom came into the room, was like, here's your medicine that you wanted. You're not going to be in any pain anymore. So basically she just killed herself. And yeah, it wasn't really the ending that I expected. I wish it was planned out more. Then it would have been like, it would have all made sense. But yeah, I'm going to be late. I'm just kidding. My class starts at 12:15, so keep the blush coming. I'm sorry if the lighting is not the best, but this is what I got, okay? So bear with me, okay? Also, before I stopped talking about the novelas, the one that I was watching, I thought the mom was going to end up with one of the funeral directors, because like when her husband died, he started giving her flowers and like started comforting her. But then out of nowhere, like he just like didn't show up at the show. So I don't know if he was like, if something like in real life like happened to him, like the actor. But that's what yeah. Lash time, lipstick time. So for Valentine's Day, I don't think I'm gonna do that crazy of a look, but we'll find out, honestly. The day before Valentine's Day, me and my brother are gonna go to San Fran, and then the next day, me, him, his cousin, and his cousin's girlfriend are gonna go paint at the park. So honestly, it just depends on the weather to me, because it is cold. My lashes look funny, and that's like bothering me. I can't find the lipstick I want. I don't even know what to wear because San Fran is cold. Now I need to wear a dress because I rarely wear dresses and I suck at styling myself. And in high school, there was this girl who always wore dresses, and she was like, I like dresses because you don't really have to think of an outfit. The dress is the outfit itself. I'm just like, that's kind of genius. And boom, you're done. I'm just kidding. Now you're gonna take your brown liner and you're gonna line it. I like to do the lipstick first and then line it. This is the finished look. I already put on some setting spray. This is my lipstick. Don't look at it too much because probably gonna put on some lip gloss because my lips are kind of patchy. So anyways, I think I'm gonna change my outfit because the outfit is not outfitting. So I was gonna wear this. It's cold. cold, so I was gonna wear like my white jacket because that's like really warm. It's like heavyweight, but the white with this, it just does not go together. And also this is a dress, so I think I'm gonna change my pants and I'm gonna change my sweater. Okay, so this is the outfit. My mom's closet, Macy's, which were for $11. These were $11, taxes included. In the clearance section, of course. Dad gave this to me, and these were a gift. But yeah, and I'm also gonna be wearing my Doc Martens because it's raining and it's cold, so yeah. But anyways, thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.